Hey, what's up you guys, Stylemeister here, and today I'm here to give my 2 cents on gender-neutral cross lights. And here helping me out here is the lovely Vicky Vicious, who's being held by her own internalized misogyny, who also happens to be a local around the Melbourne area where all this is happening. So, yeah, feel free to introduce yourself and all that other good shit, and we'll get started.
Hi guys, I'm Vic Vicious here, and currently in Melbourne. Did you want to go on about the traffic lights, or shall I?
Well, technically you are from the Melbourne area, so it does feel right to have you introduce this whole thing, so yeah.
So basically what's happening in Melbourne here is we have female traffic lights being installed, and 10 of them are currently going on trial for 12 months. That's gonna be fun. I mean, it's a traffic light, for crying out loud. Why they need to be female, I will never know.
I mean, I get fighting for gender equality, equal representation where it actually matters. I agree with the overall message of that. But when it comes to issues like this, and when it comes to social justice warriors and people on the far left that get worked up about issues like this, the one thing that I've noticed time and time again is that these types of people are consistently inconsistent. One minute they're getting worked up about gender-neutral bathrooms and how we need to reinforce the idea of having gender-neutral bathrooms because of transgender rights. Next minute we're talking about gender-neutral cross lights. Having an equal number of walking sticks that are women in a dress, which is reinforcing the gender stereotype of women wearing dresses, and the fact that you would assume that makes you sexist, so congratulations, you're shooting yourself in the foot. There's a good chunk of women that wear jeans and have short hair nowadays, so yeah, congratulations on this uphill battle that you're all fighting so far. Good job.
Well, yeah, like, as a woman that gets around in pants all the time, I'm sitting there going, okay, so I'm expected to wear a dress now? Is this what this is supposed to be pointing at? You kind of look at it and go, well, I'm all for equality, so I have nothing wrong with equality at all. I'm not going to sit there and go, men are better than women, women are better than men. That's not me, that's not who I am. And to be honest, I don't think a lot of people, especially in Melbourne, have that view, have the whole view of, oh, it's, you know, inequality at its finest in a traffic light. Like, really? It's a light. It's a signal that tells you when to go and when not to go. And it stops you from getting hit by cars while you're crossing a street. That is its purpose. It does not have a gender. It is an inanimate object. And I don't think that people well, especially the people that are for it, quite understand that. But then again, I'm oppressive, and what would I know, right? Right?
I mean, you are being held by internalized misogyny, so you are a victim all the time, don't you know that? That's your role in society, is to be a victim all the time.
I know, it's the whole damsel in distress thing.
How they missed the irony of that whole thing, but I mean, if you want to change cross lines, I mean, there's not really much to say about this, but getting worked up about stick figures, next thing you know, you're gonna have agendered people getting pissed off about this, you're gonna have genderqueer people, bigender people, rainbow rhinoceros kin, and shitlord kin, and all these other people getting offended over stick figures that symbolize crossing a street. We can't just have words that say don't walk, walk, cross, don't cross. Like, we can't just have that, or a red light. Just like there is for traffic lights, we can't have something like that for crosswalks where it's just red light stop, green light go. We can't have that, but we have to get worked up about stick figures. Walking sticks.
Yeah, like, to be honest, when I heard it, like, someone on Facebook shared it, I saw it and went, what the fuck? And then I noticed it was in Melbourne, and I'm like, what the actual fuck is going on? Like, really? And the thing is that it's been pushed forward, but they haven't exactly, like, there was no mention of it to the public or anything like that, and I'm like, okay, this is the first time that I'm hearing about this. I mean, I've never, it blows my mind to think that this is an issue in my city when there are far bigger issues going on here that we are privy to, and it's been in the news, like our homelessness issue, for example, is something that has been in the news. It's something that we know about. It is something that is there. It's in your face. It's right there. But no, instead, we're worried about, traffic lights having gender. Like, really? Are you fucking serious? It blows my mind to think that the issues that really matter are being overlooked because of someone jumping up and down going, oh, gender equality, gender equality.
Don't forget about the unconscious bias argument that people are constantly pushing out now.
There is unconscious bias built into our brains because we're accustomed to seeing a male figure. If we see more female figures in traffic lights, that might also have a positive impact on changing the way we view the world.
Oh, the unconscious bias, yeah. I would love to see that, the people that she thinks are going to be, I'm not going to listen to this light because it's a lady. Really? It's a fucking light. Is that what you think the people are going to react to? Their reaction is going to be, I'm not going to listen to it because it's a woman. Or I'm going to listen to it because it's a man, therefore I should listen to men all the time. Like, it does its job. It works. Why reinvent the wheel by putting a skirt on it? There's really not that much of a change. It's pointless.
Oh, when I first saw this news yesterday, I thought to myself, are people finally discovering that women have the right to cross a sidewalk, cross a crosswalk? I mean, that's what this whole thing is to me. Like, just more inconsistencies coming from the far left. They get worked up about labels. They get worked up if you don't use labels, if you use the wrong label, if you don't have gender-neutral bathrooms everywhere, if you don't have gendered crossing lights now. Like, I don't know, my brain's in a scramble because of this shit. Like, it's just hard to keep up with the amount of absurdity that's coming out with these people. It's insane.
I'm ashamed to live in my city now. I never thought I'd actually say that because I've grown up in Melbourne. Melbourne is my home. I love Melbourne. People will tell me, oh, Melbourne's shit or whatever. I've heard it from people like Julian Ryder and stuff, and I've done videos on them in the past. And I love my city. I will always probably love my city, but stuff like this makes me ashamed to be a Melburnian. Because it's like, we don't think that. That's not, we're not ridiculous. This isn't us. This doesn't represent us as a people. Like, no. We don't affiliate with that. We're not, we don't oppress people. There isn't this whole thing of, oh, it's, misogynistic or anything like that. That's not us. It's a light. Okay? It's a light. And people look at us like we're ridiculous because of people that put through this bullshit of, oh, we need to have gender equal lights. It's a light. What more do you want?
I mean, this just overshadows the censorship problems that you have in Australia, the homeless issues like you were talking about earlier. Like, there's actual corruption going on within your government that really ought to get more attention, but instead we're talking about fucking crossing lights. Like, when Obama was president over in my country, we had bombings going off in the Middle East, but everyone wants to talk about gender-neutral bathrooms for trans rights, which either make all the bathrooms gender neutral or don't do anything about it, or make a third bathroom and waste billions of taxpayer dollars and just shut the fuck up about it. I'm so sick and tired of hearing about bullshit that shouldn't even be priority fucking news when there's so much other bullshit going on within social issues, within political issues that should be getting attention, but for some reason aren't getting attention. And in some cases, these are issues that actually affect marginalized groups. But no, we ought to focus on the petty bullshit like cross lights and all this other bullshit. Like, I don't even know. I don't even fucking know anymore, Vicky.
Like, some of the tweets that actually went out against this stuff, like Mavis, she says, instead of changing walking men into women at traffic lights, why not take the GST off female hygiene products? I'm sure it will cost the same. Like, we have stuff like that because the GST recently went up on feminine hygiene products and, you know, contraception and all that stuff. Like, their prices have been rising, like, just going up there. Healthcare going up there as well. It's absolutely mind-boggling to think that a light is a priority over the citizens themselves. Like Ellie McKenzie says in her tweet, over 42,000 Australian women are homeless while we spend thousands to include female figures in the Melbourne traffic lights. Hashtag ridiculous. I think this is going too far. Like, it is going too far.
I guess one good thing that's coming out of this whole thing is that at least it's not coming out of your taxpayer dollars, as I'm reading into this whole thing. It's coming from a supplier, like a single supplier that got worked up about crossing lights, walking stick figures, and they wanted to do the changes, like to have equal representation. Like, yeah, having gender equality, great thing, but diversity for the sake of diversity's sake, you just gotta wonder if some of this with crossing lights is really necessary, on top of what people like Justin Trudeau want to do as far as having a literal equal cabinet, 50-50 on men and women for the sake of diversity. Yeah, don't get people in your cabinet for the sake of their qualifications or what makes them a good fit to be in your cabinet. Just do it for diversity's sake. Just get 50% men and women just because they're men and women, or just because they're part of this group or that marginalized group or this group or that group. Yeah, that diversity, right?
Well, like, when you look at it and go, well, it doesn't matter whether they can do their job or not. It doesn't matter if, you know, they have qualifications or whether it's right or wrong. It just matters that there's half men and half women. That's all that matters. It's make sure that it looks equal. Doesn't matter if, you know, doesn't matter if it goes down the toilet or if, you know, someone can't do their job, someone can't pull their weight, whatever. No, it has to look equal. It has to look equal. It does my head in. It honestly does my head in.
Next thing you know, they're gonna do all sorts of government experiments on all of us to make us look equal. For equal representation, literally. Just remove all genitalia, remove all the sexual organs, remove anything that makes us stand out as men or women, and just make us gender neutral.
I already have that issue. Like, my physique is one that can be taken as, is it a boy or is it a girl, depending on what I wear. So, what, you're gonna make people all, like, stick figures thin like me and just be like, yep, cool, awesome. We can't tell whether they're a boy or a girl. It's all cool. It's okay. Everyone is equal. Having
The egalitarian mindset, that should be a genuine thing that comes to your head. You should be for human rights because you're a decent human being, not because I want to appease my peers and I want to appear politically correct, but no, that's not how these people think. And even some people even profit off the oppression or the idea of oppression, but that's a way different topic that I could cover in another video for another day. But yeah, this is just another example of people being inconsistent with their whining about labels, whining about the lack of labels, whining about not addressing them by their 36 billion genders, whining about, oh, gender being a social construct. It's not a social construct. Race is a social construct. Race is biology. There's no consistency. This is why Trump won the election, and I will keep forcing that point until it gets through your fucking heads, which more than likely it won't, so yeah, I'll keep repeating myself like a broken record, so yay me!
It's just how it goes, isn't it?
Definitely. That's how it goes in humanity. That's just how it goes in society in general. Yeah, good job, people.
I think my faith in humanity has diminished just a tad more. I don't think it can diminish anymore. I think it's gone now.
Yeah, I mean, I thought 2016 was going to be the worst of it all, and I thought 2017 was the year that we could rebuild, but no. You just keep proving us all wrong, people. Keep it up. I'm serious. Keep the downfall going. Just keep going down and down and down and down until we all just go to shit.
I had that outlook as well, is that 2017 would be a brand new year. We'd be able to put 2016 and all that shit behind us. You know, all the Tumblr Nation bullshit. Put that behind us and And instead, we're not even halfway through the year, and it's already getting... I don't think it's at its peak yet, but it's probably getting close. The end is nigh, people. The end is nigh.
The mines were off a few years, so hold your horses a little longer for Armageddon. Okay, okay.
Just a little bit.
I mean, the gesture's nice. I mean, but it's pointless. I mean, I never thought that the crossing road person was a woman. I just thought it was a thing. I didn't really think it was a man. But you know what? Whatever. Hey, look, elections in 3 days. We're going to stop the Muslims coming in, apparently, because they've got ravioli strapped to their bum. Happy International Women's Day. Consistency!
I think that's all we have for this video. I think we rambled on long enough, and it was a pleasure having you on my channel, Vicky, and showcasing your internalized misogyny and all that other great shit. Good job. Keep up the internalized depression. You gotta represent that very well. Keep representing that shit.
It was a pleasure being here, man. Pleasure being here.
Alright, I'm gonna cleanse my mind of this fucking bullshit. Stay tuned for more videos. Take care. See you later. Be sure to subscribe to my friend Vicky's channel. And yeah, cue an epic outro music to cleanse thy mind of this fucking bullshit.